What is a popular belief that is scientifically proven wrong? Hiding under a highway overpass is actually not a good way to survive a tornado. It has been scientifically proven that the wind gets concentrated and the speeds increase underneath the overpass. If you aren't shielded by a bridge girder or something similar, you'll just get swept away and mulched. Your best bet for survival if you cannot escape the tornado is to find the nearest deep ditch or hole. That's just a rumor that was started by a tornado. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. They don't, and supposedly, you can even train them to do tricks. I proved this once in my backyard. We had goldfish and some guys who used to come over and messed with the fish. They had stopped hanging for a long time due to some drama. One day they showed back up, so I would step up to the fish pond and they would come to the surface looking for food. Other random people would walk up and they would just swim around. If any of those guys walked up, they immediately went and hid from them. This was the first time they saw them in more than a year. Cracking knuckles = arthritis. There was a guy who only cracked the knuckles on his right hand his whole life to test this. He had no real difference between his hands arthritis-wise. Yeah, some scientist guy spent 60 years doing that experiment. It's actually just gas between your joints. I keep having to explain this to all my family who keeps telling me to stop cracking them. I will never stop. That rice will make the birds who eat it explode. Birds eat rice all the time. It's actually good for them, especially brown rice. I believe this myth was made up so people would stop throwing rice at weddings, but harming the birds wasn't an actual risk. It was getting rice grains stuck in your ear that was. I was so sure you were wrong that I looked it up and you are right, haha. Anything along the lines of, the average person eats 8 spiders in their sleep during the course of their life, yada yada yada. Right? Those are rookie numbers. That if you shave it'll grow back longer and thicker. Cut off dick, instructions unclear. Nah, you got it, man. That blood is blue until it comes into contact with air. My grandpa, when I was very little, used to tell me that I was royalty because my blood, veins, were blue, and only royalty had blue blood. Rip, Gramps. Lightning never strikes in one place twice, right? The Empire State Building gets hit about a few dozen times per year. We only use 10% of our brain. I'm pretty sure I know a few people for whom this is true. And others, that is a very generous overestimation. That you can alkalize your body to prevent or cure disease. Technically, you can raise your blood pH to the point where you don't get disease, but only in the sense that dead people don't get disease. There's always a loophole. Fish don't feel pain, and simultaneously, fish do feel pain, are both arguments which ignore centuries of research. They lack a neocortex which deems them unable to process pain. However, they have several nociceptors located around the mouth which allows them to feel it. What does this mean? Well, nobody actually knows yet, and it is largely open to interpretation. It's unfathomably hard for us to understand, as we can both feel and process pain. Some scientists describe acting on instinct as symptoms of pain when these nociceptors become compromised. Some scientists describe it as just that though, acting on instinct based on what parts of their body are compromised and hence weaker or vulnerable. For example, you hook and release a bass. That bass now moves slower, eats a little less, and socializes less. Are these actions the result of the fish acknowledging the compromised nociceptors and acting accordingly while giving itself a chance to heal? Or is the fish genuinely hurting and sad? Research points to both being correct, but neither have enough evidence to prove anything yet. All we know with certainty is that we don't have a definite answer supporting either argument, so anyone that leans hard one way or another doesn't know what they are talking about. Until 1990, it was believed human babies don't feel pain, so no anesthesia for surgery provided. Nowadays, we believe babies feel actually more pain. I think it was 1985 that they did something with the information in NL. I am from 1986 and remember thinking, phew, I had tons of operations as a preemie. It's shocking how late they found out babies feel pain. Shamefully late. So much hurt. Unnecessary hurt. That bubblegum gets stuck in your stomach for 9 billion years. It was usually, gum takes 7 years to digest. And that is technically true, or close enough to it. Your body's digestive system would indeed take several years to break down and fully digest a piece of gum. People just didn't realize that your body won't bother to hold onto it for anywhere near that long. Don't know if it's been said yet, still scrolling, but that male lions don't hunt or do anything. Yes, lionesses do most of the hunting, but males do help if the prey is too big and strong, such as with Cape buffalo or giraffe. Males do a lot, staying back and protecting the territory, which is very important if there are cubs. Not to mention that the mane not only blows their cover more when hunting, but it tires them out quickly as it's a bunch of hair weighing on their head. Males also have to leave their birth pride at a certain age, which of course until they can find a pride, they at that point have to hunt. Also on the topic of African animals, wildlife nerd, hyenas hunt more than lions and are more successful predators, and hyenas aren't dogs. Elephants don't think you or any human is cute. Edit. I was told wrong, a lion's mane doesn't weigh as much as I thought, but it does have more of a negative effect on their hunting compared to a lioness. That we taste different things in different areas on the tongue. This, and the one about earlobes, free or attached, being inherited from your mom and dad, were taught to us in 8th grade. We were supposed to go home and examine our parents. Mine are free. Both my parents are attached, and I'm not adopted. My science teacher sadly informed me that I must be adopted, and that's that. I have an identical twin, and he has one attached lobe and another that is free. Both of mine are attached. There is an alpha wolf in a pack. Like the person who made the first claim debunked his own claim, but nobody cared. Edit. Thanks everyone. It's the first 1K upvotes. I feel so bad for the poor dude. He tried so hard to correct the one mistake he made, but to no avail. Also, I respect him for even admitting he was wrong. Seems like he really cared about his research and not just the fame. There is no one canonical canid social or family structure. They do a whole lot of different things, kinda like humans. Gray wolf packs are centered around family groups. They're led by the parents. African wild dogs travel in packs of a female dog and all her boyfriends. Or not. See thread. Ethiopian wolves hunt alone. They eat mostly rodents, and only assemble in packs to defend their territory. Coyotes and jackals are flexible and adopt different social structures.